just going for a walk now. But, okay, so it's happened. It has happened. It has happened. I had a restaurant experience that was very good. That's rare. So I had a hamburger last night, as you may have seen. It wasn't very good. It didn't make me feel very good either. So that's the norm with my restaurant experiences. But the place we went to today, that was a different experience. It was good. It was very good. The pizza had a nice little thin crust on it. Not your typical pizza with the vegetables and chicken and everything they had on it, which I appreciated for a change. I liked that I didn't feel like I was actually violating my body by consuming garbage food, like it was good food. Okay, so that was at Pleasant Harbor Dock and Dine, they're calling it. Pleasant Harbor Dock and Dine in Brennan, Washington. That's the first time I've been there. Like, have you noticed lately how the restaurant food isn't very good? It doesn't even seem as good as it used to be. And adding on top of that, the cost, it's like, wow, just cook at home, you know? But it was nice that this restaurant experience was a good experience. Also, we had the place to ourselves, and it was really calm and not too noisy in there, and I really liked the music they had playing. It was like jazz, old-timey jazz music. Like, what do I mean by that? I mean like Ella Fitzgerald, Louis Armstrong, Billie Holiday, that sort of thing. That short walk that I went on at Falls View Campground, I've been there a couple times before, and it's really a beautiful place to visit. I think that view is beautiful. I wouldn't have the way I was feeling today, I wouldn't have minded if the walk was twice as long, or maybe 3 times as long. From the point at which you park to that view is quite a short walk, I would say, and not very difficult. It's mostly level the whole way, and it's not very far of a walk. I think an elderly person that was fairly mobile could easily walk to that point. Like, they could just take their time and pace themselves, and they could easily go to that point of looking at that view. So I thought that was kind of nice in that regard. Yes, and it was a bit foggy there today and on the drive home, which made for a little different look on that trail. That fog made it seem a little more moody, a little more otherworldly, a little bit. But anyways, I enjoyed that walk. I enjoyed lunch at that restaurant. It's been a nice day. I wanted to go ahead and open the advent calendar for today. I believe we're on day 12. Three bags. Interesting. I'm not sure if putting 3 tea bags behind that door was intentional or not. There's usually been 2, and tonight there was 3. I'm not sure if that was a mistake or they intentionally put 3. Peppermint cheer. Caffeine free. The ingredients are peppermint, natural, mint flavor, natural flavor, vanilla type. Interesting. Well, I will give this a try. Again, I kind of like the graphics they chose to put on this packaging. All this stuff here. I thought it was a bit interesting. I now have that tea brewing here beside me. I will try it shortly. In the meantime, I want to read the back door of day 12. It says, Winter Wonderland in a cup. Brew holiday cheer in a cup. Then spend some time decorating your space with twinkle lights and festive flair. I don't decorate for Christmas. I don't. Am I supposed to? Should I? Well, I am not going to. And each year, I'm glad in a way that I don't, because I don't have to put it back afterward. I don't have to take everything down and pack it away. I won't get into why. I mean, I think I have in some past video, but I don't put up a Christmas tree. And I don't really decorate. And does that make me out to be some kind of Scrooge? Well, either way, I don't need a label. I don't need a label. I just don't. And I guess I could leave it at that. I could go further and tell you why, but no one wants to really hear that probably. Okay, so I don't really have much to comment on the back of that advent calendar door, other than what I just said about I don't decorate for Christmas. I don't feel a way about people who do. People can decorate if they want and still be a Christian and still go to heaven. It's not a hill that I am willing to even fight on. So, and I won't be including me playing a song today. Yesterday, my attempts at playing a song were quite rough. I have already practiced today the songs that I plan to play on Sunday at church, and I just don't feel like it. I simply don't feel like trying to record myself playing a song. Anyway, technically, more than once I've played more than a song in one of these Vlogmas videos, so I will make that count for today. Do I have anything spiritually edifying to share? I'm not sure. Well, that advent calendar was talking about decorating with festive lights. Is that what it said? No, it said spend some time decorating your space with twinkle lights and festive flair. Okay. Nonetheless, it was talking about lights. So, going with that, I was praying the other day. I was praying, trying to listen, rather, for the Lord's voice. And I thought he was telling me, I believe he was telling me to look into something, which he does from time to time. And through that process, I can learn something spiritual in nature. And I believe what he was telling me to look into a little bit is, what are the effects of light? And I haven't done it yet. I just heard this a day or two ago, and I've been a little bit busy doing other things, but at some point I would like to look into what the effects of light are. Like, do a little more research than just what I know off the top of my head. Off the top of my head, I understand that light can help plants grow. Light obviously illuminates. It can draw attention to things. You know, just off the top of my head, some of the things light does, some of the effects light has. And I believe he was wanting me to look into that because we're supposed to be lights, shining his light in this world. And I just wanted to learn more about what the effects of literal light, like physical light, what are those effects, and can I correlate that to what kind of effects we should have? Do you see what I'm saying? So at some point I would like to look into that more. What are the effects of light, and how can that teach me something about the effects that we're supposed to have in this world? Anyways, I'm going to try this tea. I think I can sort of guess what it will taste like. Minty is my guess. Yes, it is definitely minty, but not too strong of a mint flavor. It's quite nice, kind of soothing. I like it. I was talking to my mom today, and I was telling her that I think I should learn how to speak Ilocano from her. Ilocano, as far as I know, is a dialect in the Philippines. A dialect that they speak in the Philippines. I believe the national language there is Tagalog, which is more of a universal language throughout the Philippines, I suppose. But throughout parts of the Philippines, there's lots of different dialects, depending on what region you're from, what area you're from. Anyways, the region and area that she is from, their dialect is Ilocano. And I want to learn that from her. And I hope that if I put my mind to it and I discipline myself, that I could learn it. I hope I could learn it. Now, Why would I want to learn Ilocano rather than Tagalog, which is a more universal language throughout the Philippines? Why would I want to learn the dialect of a specific region? I mean, I have come to understand that certain dialects in the Philippines are so different from each other that, let's say, someone that speaks Ilocano could not understand the dialect at all of someone who's from a different region of the country. I thought they were all similar enough somehow where everybody who's from the Philippines could understand each other a little bit. But no, I guess they're the dialects can be so different that they are not anywhere near the same. So if someone is from one region and they speak their dialect, and another person is from their region and they speak their dialect, and they try to talk to each other, they won't understand each other. Whereas I think Tagalog, as I said, is used more throughout the entirety of the country. That's as far as I know. I may be wrong, but I think that's how it is. And so why would I want to learn this specific dialect? Why would I want to learn this specific dialect instead of the more widely used language? Well, for one, because that's where my mom's from, so I think that's interesting. And a lot of her family knows that dialect. And okay, so there's like a family tie, there's an interest there on my part because that's what my mom grew up with and knows how to speak. But secondly, I think it'd be interesting to learn that dialect because to me, it sounds, phonetically, it sounds nicer than Tagalog. That is my opinion. Tagalog, how can I describe it? It just, to me, just the sound, I say phonetically because I don't really understand all the words. I know some of them, but just how it sounds, Ilocano sounds better to me. So that's why I want those two reasons. And I think it would be nice to learn another language, and I think it would be nice to learn something like that from my own mother, my own mom. Anyways, so that is a recent development, my wanting to learn Ilocano. Do I know any of the words right now? First of all, I can understand some of the words. Like if I'm listening to somebody talk in Ilocano, I can pick out some words and kind of get an idea of what they're talking about. But me speaking it myself is a whole other thing. Today I learned from my mom that water in Ilocano is danom, where in Tagalog it's tubig. That's another thing. I hope I don't start mixing up Ilocano and Tagalog, like interchanging the words and getting them mixed up. And then I learned that food in Ilocano is kanin. I think inton bigat means see you tomorrow, something like that. Inton bigat. And then there was a little bit longer thing I learned today. What was it? I think I may be getting it wrong. I thought it was anyati kankanan. And I think that means something like, what are you eating? Anyways, so I'll see if I can stay disciplined enough to learn Ilocano. I think I'll go ahead and end this vlog now. I'll try to keep it a little bit shorter. And Lord willing, I will see you tomorrow.